Crow, she is greater than they pronouns. Clowder contributor spotlight. Please note, the audio component of this interview may have a couple of extra sentences and giggles. Meowdy folks, the spotlight this month is Crow, she is greater than they. Content warnings for mental health and religion. How about a land acknowledgement?
Yeah, land acknowledgement. The tribe that used to be where I am is the Muscogee tribe, which is now what the county is named after, which exists. They were here first, but just seems a little bit distasteful, in my opinion.
Crow, what are your signs?
Sun signs was Cancer, moon sign is a Leo, and I believe the Ascendant was also Cancer. I may have copied that wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Cool. I like that your moon's in Leo. I'm also a Leo. I like us Leos. If you're also a Cancer, doesn't that mean you have like a birthday around the time of this recording?
Yeah, the 2nd of July.
Nice. Well, happy birthday recently.
Yeah, I was very exhausted on my birthday, but it was a good day otherwise.
It's good. My birthday is coming up in a couple weeks, and that's exciting.
Ooh.
My birthday might actually be the day that this publishes, if we publish it when I think we will.
That'll be really funny.
Yeah. So Crow, how do you identify?
Transfeminine, non-binary is a descriptor. The other thing that I would say is by gender as just a non-binary woman and as a slightly masked non-binary person, usually at the same time. Sometimes it's kind of iffy, but usually around at the same time. Also, I'd say Panromantic. Recently figured out in my head that what I'm experiencing is not sexual attraction. I'm just asexual, and I just enjoy the other things that come along that I assumed were sexual attraction. Jewish, disabled, definitely. And I have both autism and ADHD, so the AuDHD label is also part of my identity, as far as I am aware.
Nice. We love our disabled AuDHD pals.
That's like half my friends in person too.
A good crew, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So Crow, what are some of your special interests, hobbies, and or your favorite fandoms?
So a lot of my interests and hobbies revolve around, programming, coding. I've put that on there twice intentionally. Video games and both playing and making, as well as D&D, writing. I just literally the night before it was my birthday, I just finished writing a book that's like over 80,000 words. And then favorite fandom, it's going to continuously be the Magnus archives. What a lovely, horrifying podcast. It consumes half of my waking thoughts, if not more.
That's fun. I haven't heard of the Magnus archives. It must be an extensive podcast.
It is a 200 episode horror podcast with episodes ranging from 15 minutes to 40. It's a audio drama. It's very good.
That's awesome.
If horror is your thing, I cannot recommend it enough.
It's great. I've been listening to some audio dramas and maybe audio comedies. I don't know if you would call it a comedy. I tend to avoid horror, but I do like mysteries.
There's a good element of that too. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh, there's one. It's a Midwestern Gothic mystery, so it's as close to horror as I'm willing to go. It's called Unwell. It's very good. Not paid. Hashtag.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Not sponsored. I just like it. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of audio dramas to help me fall asleep these days. It's been nice.
Yep.
That's cool. Well, if anyone's into horror podcasts, the Magnus Archives, I can think of one person in the community who, if they haven't heard of it, they should go listen to it. And then the two of you can geek out together about it. That'd be fun. So Crow, how did you find the Clowder? Do you want to tell us the origin story with the community?
See, what I wrote here was that it's been so long that I can't remember, because it has been over 3 years now or something like that. but I just thinking about it remembered because there was a server that we were both in
Mhm.
that was I found on a post between like talking about the cross section between people that are autistic and people that are transgender, and so
Mhm.
it was a server revolving around that. And you were talking about the Genderful podcast, though I don't. It was in its infancy at that point, as far as I remember, because or no, you were talking about one of your D&D podcasts.
Oh, it was
One of
that
the
far
D&D
back.
that it
I
was
was
that
still
far
making a
back.
D&D
Yeah, you were
podcast.
still making a D&D podcast. Because I went in and re-edited and cut out a lot of the silence. I just re-edited, I think, like the first episode of that,
Oh God, that was rough.
the
That first
whatever industries.
episode. Yeah.
It was
New Wave
really
Industries.
rough. Yeah. Yeah,
I
yep, that
think
was it.
I think the audio
Um,
podcast version of that doesn't exist anymore, but the video is like unlisted on my YouTube because it's like we made this
is
big pivot for
that
gender content.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, it's too
Is
confusing.
that see I need to go through and like unlist a lot of things from the old content that I used to make like that. But yeah, that was the origin story of that, because I've been here since then. I've not always been able to do a whole lot, but I've been either like in the background or just dealing with paperwork. Like I put a lot of these spotlights from the questionnaire into the actual Google Doc for easier access, into actual like manageable tasks back in the start of when that became a thing. Some art.
Yeah, great art. And that I think that actually brings us to the next question, which is what do you contribute to the Clowder?
Yeah. Well, the paperwork, as I said, I do a good deal of the web development for the website that is being put together. I believe I've mostly only done things for the actual Gender Meowster website, though I've looked at the the Genderful website, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, the
And then
Genderful
every
podcast
once in a
website.
while the
I made the Genderful podcast
graphics.
website. It's mediocre.
It exists and it
Some
functions.
friends, some friends sat
That's
there for like 8 hours one day and like walked me through it, and it's the most basic website. And I'm like, okay, well, something exists, so that's good.
again, it functions. It's there. It does what it needs to.
It does its job. Here's how to
Yeah.
apply for the show. Here's our latest episode. We're real. We're a real entity. Yeah. It's cool though. I wrote it in HTML, which I can't remember how to do any of it now, but I was grateful for my friend's help that one day while
Yeah.
we figured it out. Yeah, you also have made some lovely graphics and emotes. So if anyone has looked at the merch store ever, you've probably seen Taco Cat and Best Cat Parent Ever and the non-binary mood sticker. That's a great one.
I love that one.
Yeah, they're so good. And the fluff and magical with the non-binary recoloring on the old logo. It's so good. Did you know that we launched our new logo yesterday?
I did. I was talking about it in the general chat because I get a lot of the notifications from the server just so that I can keep track of things even if I don't say anything. And it suddenly switched to a different logo, and I was like, "What server is this? What is going on?" And then
Who's
I
DMing
recognized the
me? What is
username, and I
happening?
was like, "What is happening?" And then I went and looked and saw the like announcement about the new logo. It's like, and it still sends me for a couple of times. Like it sent me like, hmm? Where? Oh wait, no, it's the new logo.
Yeah, it's the old logo had a D20 as sort of one of the
Mm-hmm.
main features. It was like a calico cat holding a D20 over its head with magic. And so we wanted to keep some of those elements. So we kept the wizard hat, but now it's a calico cat still doing the yay arms, but instead of a D20 over its head, it's got like a magical scrying
So
orb kind of over its
yeah,
chest with the trans symbol inside that's also non-binary colors.
it's the pondering
So
orb.
Yes, we're pondering the orb of gender.
Exactly. That seems like a very concise way of putting everything that you do.
Just a bunch of goofy, like furries pondering the orb of gender. You know, one thing I really like about the new logo is its pixel art. Hat tip to Septopia for making that. And I feel like the pixel art kind of nods at us playing video games, but also because the image itself is a cat and gender, it's like that's not the main focus, but it is sort of a piece of it. Anyways, I
Yeah.
guess everyone's getting a bonus interview about the new logo right now. So that's exciting. It's really cool. It was ready a month ago and I sat on it and I was like, we're gonna do it for the streamversary. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. I love that you've been around for so long, and I'm really grateful for the work that you and Megs are doing on the web dev. And oh gosh, all the admin help with paperwork and moving stuff around, like, saves me such a headache. So thank you for doing that, because I am consistently not organized enough to keep up with that stuff. So even be able to hand off those tasks a little bit here and there is so helpful.
I'm definitely not organized, but if you give me something to organize that isn't mine, I can do it in like an hour. It'll be easy.
It's the blessing and the curse of ADHD. It's really easy
Yeah.
to organize other people's stuff.
Hmm.
Why is that? I don't know.
Empathy, connection to all of your things that you don't want to move.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Well, you've been around for a while. What do you love about the Clowder? Why is the community and its content important to you?
I love it so much. Just the vibe, the atmosphere. There's no better words to put it into than that. The whole community is just very cozy. It's comfortable. The people are great. I've actually, can sit and feel safe in it without expecting to, or not even without expecting, but knowing that it's not gonna cost me spoons just to sit and like watch a stream or have a conversation with someone.
Yeah, I am really grateful that we have such a cozy and safe space. We very intentionally have had a focus on moderation since the beginning,
Hmm.
because we wanted that safety component to be front and center. Okay, next question I have for you, which might be the last question I have for you. Please share your gratitude for our patrons in your own words. Feel free to share anything you've been able to buy with the tips and or patronage that the Clowder currently receives.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone and anyone that helps us out. Just being able to continue doing this and have it keep going for as long as it has been amazing. We wouldn't be able to do even half of what we do without all the patrons and everyone that donates. There really are not any better words than that to describe how much I appreciate all of y'all.
Well, thank you for doing this little interview with me today, Crow. Y'all, if you'd like to learn more about Crow, check out Linktree, and the handle on Linktree is Paradox Satire. What did y'all think about this post? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next month.